Hello and welcome. My name is Professor Boyd Brown, and I am your instructor for this class, which is the Introduction to Anthropology, the online version. Before we start with any of the class material, with digging into the topics that we're going to explore during this class, I wanted to spend a couple of minutes talking to you about the nature of the class itself, how it's going to run, some of the expectations that I have for you, ways that you can hopefully be successful in the class. First, obviously, I've put together several of these video clips. These video clips are designed to touch on some of the course material that either I don't think is adequately explored in the book in a very thorough way. Maybe it's not even in the book, but I still think it's important. Or to explain something that I think might need a little bit more explaining than is done in the book. Typically, they'll be about 5 to 10 minutes long. I'll do my best to make them as entertaining as possible, but I make no promises. I'm an anthropologist, not a movie maker. But I do hope that you find them useful and that you do make use of them. In addition, I may use the videos as well during our discussions. Hopefully, by now you've taken the opportunity to explore the Blackboard page a little bit, and you've noticed that there's the discussion section for the class. That's going to be a very important component of the class. And I may, depending how the discussion plays out in any given unit, decide to put together one of these videos to respond to you as a class, simply because there are far more of you than there are of me. And if themes or topics or ideas or information keeps recurring that I want to address, it's easier for me to do it in one of these videos than, for example, to try to reply to 15 or 20 students with, for all intents and purposes, the same response. Hopefully, as I said, these videos will be useful to you. With that in mind, there are two other topics specific to the course that I do want to go over. First, obviously, is the idea that this is an online course. And being an online course is great because it gives us an incredible amount of flexibility, both to you for when and where you take the class, and for me, for when and where I teach the class. I mean, I can stand here in my dining room and make these videos, can hang out at your favorite coffee shop, or when you're at work, or when you're sitting around the dinner table and do your discussion posts. So online classes, for that reason, are very beneficial. The challenge is, and this is something that is really important, particularly if this is the first time you've taken an online class, it's very important for you to understand, is that what we do with an online class is we put a lot more individual responsibility on you, the student, to manage your time and to move through the material at a pace that is effective for you, but also keeps up with the class. What I mean by that is, if we were taking this class at MCC in the classroom, every week you would come and sit at your desk for 2.5 hours, and I would give a lecture, we might watch a video, we'd have a class discussion, but that time together is gone. But the expectation for that time is still built into the class. So what many people find is that individually, online courses may present a greater amount of individual effort than a traditional on-campus classroom-based course. Again, because I'm saying you still have that 2.5 hour time commitment in addition to the 2 hours you might have spent outside of class doing your reading and preparing for an exam. That's there too, but in addition is that 2.5 hours you would have spent in class. So don't be surprised if you feel like there's a little bit more reading. The discussion posts require you to spend a little bit more time. It's kind of one of the trade-offs of an online class. You can do your discussion post at 2 o'clock in the morning, but so you don't have to be in the classroom at 5:30 to 6:50, but at the same time, you're going to have to manage that to be effective in the class. So having said that, let's talk a little bit about the structure. Basically, the class is broken down into units. The units are based on the chapters in the book. If you haven't seen it already yet, your textbook is called The Essence of Anthropology. There we go, slide it over a little. This is by authors Haviland, Prinz, Walrath, and McBride. I think it's in the 3rd edition right now, but it is going into a 4th edition. There is a version of the book that is specific for MCC. Do not feel obligated to buy that version of the book. I don't have it. The supplements that are in it are more geared towards the people who are taking this class in the classroom. For the online version of the course, you're free to get the textbook from wherever, as long as you do get the correct Essence of Anthropology by Haviland et al. So each of the units are basically going to be one chapter. And for each of those chapters, the basic expectation is going to be that you will read the chapter, goes without saying. Then you'll come into the Blackboard page and you'll go into the course content section and you'll look to see if there are any supplemental materials. Have I put up some articles for you to read? Have I linked some videos? Have I put together one of these video lectures? Take a look at all the supplemental material. And then last but not least, and perhaps even most important, is you'll go into the discussion forum and you'll post a discussion. If you read the syllabus, and please do read the syllabus, the expectations for the discussion are that for every unit, for every discussion, you are going to post your own individual response, and then you're going to reply to 2 of your classmates. That's the bare minimum. If you do that, you're basically meeting expectations, which means that you're earning a C in the discussion portion of the class. And if that satisfies your goals, great. However, if you want to perform better in the class, then you need to be active in the discussion. And what I mean by that is, you post your own thoughts for the week, and then when you go into your 2 classmates' responses, don't just respond with a, hey, great idea, I totally agree with you, and I like how you said X, Y, or Z. Actually engage with your classmate. Or after you've posted your discussion topic, come back a day later and see what other people are saying about what you wrote and engage with them. Have a discussion. Don't just post something and then walk away. I will try to be very active in the discussions. I will reply and respond to your posts and try to ask follow-up questions. Some of my videos will ask follow-up questions. So the more engaged you are in the discussion, the more active you are in the discussion, obviously, the better that you can expect to do in the course, and hopefully the better you will do in grasping the material. The final thing that I will say, I guess, in this introductory video is that I want you all to understand how important your thoughts are to me. I want to hear what you have to say. I want to hear what you think about these topics. I suspect from feedback that I've gotten from students in previous semesters, a lot of you will be surprised by the direction that our class takes. It might not follow what you expect an anthropology class to do. And with that in mind, I would say some of you may have heard the old saying that there are 3 topics that you should never discuss in polite conversation. And those 3 topics are sex, religion, and politics. We're going to discuss all of those. We're going to talk about them a lot. We're going to discuss a lot of controversial and sensitive topics. Topics that you may feel very strongly about one way or the other. And I want to hear that. And I want you to understand that it's okay to disagree. It's okay to disagree with me. It's okay to disagree with your classmates. And it's okay to express that disagreement. Just keep in mind that we need to respect one another. I can guarantee that people will post things in the discussion forum that I will tell you is wrong or is flawed in some particular way. And I will do it to the best of my ability in a way that is respectful to you. I am not trying to insult your ideas or insult your intelligence. I just want you to think about things in a different way. And that's what I hope you will do with one another. Let's not get any of that, keyboard courage that a lot of people end up finding when they're sitting at a computer because of the anonymity and be respectful of each other's ideas. So, with that in mind, I'm sure there's probably plenty of other stuff that I should have said, but maybe it'll come up in the other video lectures as we proceed. Have a good day. Hopefully you have your textbook and you can dive into chapter 1. I'm actually going to go start working on a little video lecture for chapter 1, so I'll see you hopefully in a few minutes. Take care. Bye-bye.